The battlefield lay silent beneath the first light of dawn. Arjuna's chariot creaked as the horses shifted, restless, sensing the tension that hung heavier than the smoke from distant fires. Warriors tightened their grips on swords and spears, but for Arjuna, it was not the weapons that weighed on him, it was understanding the world itself. Krishna sat beside him, calm as the river before monsoon, eyes reflecting something beyond the horizon. His voice cut through Arjuna's storm of thought. Arjuna, you have seen my powers in the phenomenal and the transcendental. But now you must see the invisible thread that binds all things. Arjuna's brow furrowed, heart pounding. Krishna, I see forms, I feel the elements, I understand your nature. But what do you mean by the invisible thread? I see bodies, sounds, life. But how can the soul be everywhere at once? Krishna turned, the wind lifting his long black hair, the peacock feather glinting in early sunlight. The soul, the Atma, is within all forms, all creatures, all things. It is the spark of life you cannot see, yet it is there in every leaf, in every drop of water, in every whisper of the wind. Without it, the world is only matter, and matter alone cannot breathe or think or love. Arjuna swallowed, feeling the weight of Krishna's gaze. So you are saying the soul is not just in men and beasts, but in everything? Yes. Krishna's voice rang, calm yet unyielding. The Atma pervades the entire world. It is in the mountains, the rivers, the sun, the stars. It exists in fire, in wind, in sound. The world is not separate from the soul. It is the soul manifesting in endless forms. Arjuna's eyes widened. His mind tried to grasp this, yet it recoiled like a bird from a sudden storm. But if it is in all things, why do men not see it? Why do they fight, lie, and destroy, ignoring the soul in each other? Krishna smiled softly. Because they see only forms, not the essence. They touch the body, hear the noise, measure the object, and forget the spirit that animates it. The Atma is silent, subtle, invisible, but everywhere present. To see it, one must see beyond sight, feel beyond touch, and know beyond thought. The wind shifted, carrying the distant sound of conches and drums. Arjuna felt as if the entire earth had grown larger and quieter all at once. The battlefield stirred as warriors adjusted armor, and chariots rolled over the dust. Yet Arjuna's eyes were turned inward, searching for what Krishna had described. Tell me, Krishna, he asked, voice trembling with awe and doubt. How can I act in this world knowing that the Atma is everywhere? If the soul resides in all things, does killing a man take from the soul as well? Krishna's eyes softened, reflecting infinite patience. Arjuna, the Atma is never destroyed. It is eternal. The body, the armor, the weapon, these are temporary. The soul within all is untouched by forms, by actions, by time. You act with your hands, but it is the Atma that observes. You may strike the body, but the essence remains free. Arjuna looked across the field. Men were readying bows, raising shields, sharpening blades. He felt the pulse of their fear, their anticipation, and their hope. And he wondered, how could a single soul inhabit all of this at once? Krishna continued, see the wind? It bends the grass. The Atma moves through it, unbound, unbroken. See the sun? It warms the earth, yet the light itself does not touch the soul within. It shines, and yet the essence remains free. So too, Arjuna, the soul permeates all, but cannot be harmed or taken. Arjuna exhaled slowly. The sound of the conch suddenly seemed less a warning and more a hymn. It is everywhere, yet nowhere. Yes, Krishna's voice was gentle, echoing in Arjuna's mind. It is in everything and nothing. It is the invisible thread that binds the world together. To see this thread is to see unity, not separation. To act with this vision is to act without destruction, even in battle. The morning had brightened. Sunlight struck the armor of the warriors, glinting like 1,000 tiny fires. Arjuna's mind had grown quiet, focused inward, searching for the soul in the world around him. Krishna's voice broke through softly. Close your eyes, Arjuna, and see not with your eyes, but with your mind. Sense life in every rock, in every blade of grass. Hear the heartbeat of the world. The Atma is there. You do not see it because it has no form. But it is as real as the arrow you hold, the dust beneath your feet, the breath in your lungs. Arjuna did as instructed, feeling the wind brush his face, smelling the dry earth, hearing distant hooves. Slowly, imperceptibly, the battlefield became alive with tiny pulses, rhythms of life in the grass, the air, the birds, the soldiers, even in his own body. It is there, Arjuna whispered, astonished. Everywhere, I can feel it. Krishna's eyes sparkled. Yes, Arjuna, the Atma pervades all things. Your body is not separate. Your mind is not separate. The world is not separate. Every creature you see is a reflection of this invisible essence. And when you see this, fear diminishes. Hatred dissolves. The soul cannot harm, and nothing can harm the soul. Arjuna's chest swelled. The battlefield remained, but his perception had shifted. He was no longer just a man, a warrior, a pawn in the clash of kings. He was something larger, something that touched every blade of grass and every shining weapon around him. How? How do I fight then? He asked. If the soul is everywhere, how can I strike? Krishna smiled. You act, but you act with understanding. The body is acted upon, but the essence remains untouched. You perform your duty, Arjuna, and yet you remain free. You touch forms, but not the invisible thread. That is the difference between fear and courage, between destruction and duty. The sun now shone fully. Warriors raised their weapons, banners fluttering, dust swirled, and the smell of iron and sweat filled the air. Krishna spoke as Arjuna watched. Look closely, Arjuna. The Atma moves in the weak and in the strong, in kings and beggars, in humans and animals, in rivers and mountains. There is no separation. The world is one life, many forms. Those who perceive this see the unity behind diversity. Arjuna observed his own hands, his bow, his armor. Then the faces of the soldiers across the field. Faces he had once seen as enemies now seemed luminous, reflections of a single invisible thread. His fear, his hesitation, his doubt, they all began to melt. And if all is one, Krishna, Arjuna asked, why does the world seem so cruel, so fragmented? Krishna's voice was steady. Because men see only forms, not essence. They fight over illusions. They cling to matter, to identity, to ego. The soul is everywhere, but the mind remains trapped in the temporary. Those who awaken see the Atma in all, act without harm, love without possession, and live in freedom. The wind carried the sound of distant conches and drums. Yet Arjuna now heard an underlying rhythm, the heartbeat of life itself. I think I understand, Arjuna said softly. The world is cruel because men forget the invisible thread, but the thread itself is unbroken. Yes, Krishna replied, and the one who sees it acts with clarity. He touches forms, but he does not harm the soul. Arjuna looked at the battlefield anew. Horses pawed at the earth, soldiers adjusted armor, arrows gleamed in the morning light. And yet beneath it all, he sensed a vast dance of life, orchestrated by the unseen, pulsing through every form. The Atma is like fire in the wood, Krishna said. It burns, it shines, yet it is not consumed. It is the spark that animates the body, the mind, the world. And just as fire exists in every log, so too the soul exists in all things, unbroken, eternal. Arjuna watched a soldier stumble. Normally, he would see only weakness, an opportunity, danger. Now he saw a soul, trembling, alive, eternal. He watched a bird take flight, every wing beat a reflection of the same invisible thread that moved through him. So all life is sacred, Arjuna whispered, awestruck. Not because it pleases gods, not because it follows law, but because it carries the soul. Krishna nodded. Exactly, Arjuna. To act with this vision is to participate in the dance of life without fear, without attachment. The Atma is not separate, not distant, not lost. It is everywhere. It is the invisible thread you cannot sever. The battle horns sounded. Dust and fire rose across the plains. Arjuna lifted Gandiva, ready. But this time, he did not hesitate. His eyes scanned the field, not seeing enemies, but souls. He saw forms, yes, but he acted on duty, not hatred. Krishna's presence beside him was like a calm river in the middle of the storm. Act, Arjuna, he said. Act knowing the Atma pervades all. The body is acted upon, the soul remains untouched. Your actions will echo, but the essence remains free. This is the highest truth of all. Arjuna inhaled, steadying himself. He could feel the invisible thread connecting every being, every form, every breath. And as the first arrows flew, he acted with precision and clarity, heart steady, mind aware, fear dissolved, love and beauty intertwined. The battlefield raged, the sun blazed, dust and blood filled the air, but Arjuna stood rooted in truth. The invisible thread pulsed in all directions, connecting him to everything, to everyone, and to all time. He was a warrior, yes, but also a witness, a participant, yet free. And in that realization, he found peace amidst chaos, light amidst shadow, the eternal presence within the ever-changing world. The soul was everywhere, the thread unbroken, and Arjuna moved, alive in every sense, seeing all, touching all, yet untouched. If you like our work, then do like, subscribe, and share the channel.